to an approximately 45-minute yin yoga practice with me, Catherine Henley. This is day 1 of 30 days of yoga that I want to do for myself and then share with others in an attempt to bring community together for people to come together and share their practice, their experiences if you feel comfortable doing so, or to just share the energy of the particular practices. I'm going to begin seated, so if you have a block or a bolster or a cushion, just going to let our palms rest face down on our knees, our shoulders relaxed, our spine is long, your gaze can be towards the ground, or you can let your eyes softly close. Just watch the waves of your breath. Inhaling, the chest rises, the belly expands. Exhaling, the chest falls, the belly contracts. Allow the space at the back of your eyes to become soft and your tongue to move away from the roof of your mouth. Allow yourself to let go of your worries for this moment. Just being present for your breath. And very gently, you're going to allow your right ear fall over towards your right shoulder. You might hear some pops and cracks, and that's totally normal. Breathing along the length of the left side of the neck, maybe down into the shoulder. Allow your chin to fall down towards your chest. Feeling the stretch now along the back of the neck and maybe down in between the shoulder blades. And the left ear moves over towards the left shoulder. With each exhale, feel the sensations begin to soften and melt away. And in their place you feel more space. Your chin reaches up towards the ceiling, opening up the front of the throat. Slowly begin to release your head to center. And we're just going to begin with making large circles, continuous movement with our head. Inhaling as your face is up towards the ceiling. Exhaling as your chin is in towards your chest. Moving as slow as you can, and if you find a particular area that feels tense or tight, just pause there and take an isolated inhale and exhale. And then go back to your continuous movements. And taking it in the opposite direction. Oh, it feels so good. Our theme for today's practice is going to be self-observation. Knowing others is wisdom. Knowing yourself is enlightenment. And come back to center. Some gentle circles to move through whatever stagnant energy you are just shifting and let it flow through the rest of your body. We're going to make our way to all fours. That's okay, you can go take your sweetheart. Come into all fours. We're going to make our way into a very deep groin opener, into frog pose. So if you want to, you can roll up the ends of your mat to give your knees some extra cushioning. Or you can just leave it and take your knees wide. With your knees wide, you walk your hands out. And I'll do it from the side so you can see. You want to have your knees straight under your hips and your heels straight down from your knees with your toes pointing outwards. Now for some of us, we might be here and you stick your bum right up into the air. Let your body fold your chest down onto the ground. For others, your legs might go a little bit wider apart. You can also use a bolster here. Allow your body to rest all the way over on the bolster. You can look back, check your alignment, draw your heels so that they're directly under your knees, and let your body rest. With a yin yoga practice, we stay in the poses from anywhere from 3 to 5 or 6 minutes. Notice if you're holding on to anything to keep yourself in the shape, and on your exhale, can you let it relax and just surrender into the pose? I'll keep an eye on the time so that you can just let go. If there's anything that feels uncomfortable or that you've gone too far, just back off. The entire theme for the next 30 days is about self-love. So pushing yourself into shapes that don't fit your body right now is not practicing self-love. So just keep that in mind. Judging yourself based off what someone else can do is not self-love. Allowing yourself to be where you are in the moment, not needing to change it, just accepting it. That's self-love. You can keep your eyes open or closed, whichever feels most comfortable for you. I personally like to close my eyes. It takes away any external distractions and allows me to check in internally a little bit deeper.
If you have your head turned to one side, you're just going to change and turn it to the opposite side. Coming down to the last 60 seconds. Is there anything that you can let go of, a thought, a feeling, a sensation that you can let go of here that will allow you to drop into the pose a little bit deeper? And slowly, you're going to press your hands into the floor, lift your body, tuck your toes under, slide your knees together, coming back up onto all fours. Move your bolster off to the side. Take your knees as wide as is comfortable, sitting back onto your heels. We're going to rest in child's pose for a minute. If there tends to be a gap between your heels and your bum, you can take as many cushions as you need to bridge that gap. Again, no judgment on yourself. We all have different strengths and abilities, and it's about accepting where we're at right now in this moment. So finding your way with your bum towards your heels, your knees are wide, and then we're going to just let our body melt in the center, chest down towards the floor. You can stack one fist on top of the other, let your forehead rest there, or on a block, or on a pillow or a cushion, and then let your arms rest in front. Allow yourself this time to absorb what you might have been feeling in the previous posture. Just checking in, where are you feeling it? Is it your hips? For a lot of people, it's the front of the foot. If you're feeling dizzy, you can bring your arms back down alongside your body and your legs. You can rest one chin on the floor, or one side of your cheek on the floor. Making sure to turn and rest the other side so that it's balanced. slowly in your own time, begin to take your hands under your shoulders, lift your body up, bring your knees together, and then come lay all the way down on your belly. You can take one palm on top of the other, let your forehead rest. Maybe you wiggle your bum a little bit, shifting through anything that you might have erupted in the groin, the hips. We're going to move into our upper body, taking a look at our shoulders. And you're going to extend the right arm straight out to the side, straight out from your shoulder. You don't want to have it down here, you won't feel too much. If you have it up here, you might feel too much. So straight out's a good position. And then your right ear and your right cheek are going to come onto the floor. Slide your left knee out to the side, pressing your left hand into the floor. You're going to roll your left hip so it's on top of your right, and then step the left foot behind for support. You can leave your head resting on the floor and stay here for a few breaths. Breathing into the sensations. If it's too intense, move your hand closer towards your body. If you like to, you can make some big circles with this left arm, working into the left shoulder joint. Take it in one direction and then the other. And then let it drop at your low back. Breathing into the front of the right shoulder joint. Exhaling, letting go. Slowly begin to let your body roll all the way back onto your mat. One hand on top of the other, rest your forehead and digest. We'll move to the opposite side. Extend the left arm straight out. The left cheek comes to the floor. The right knee slides up in front or to the side. Your right hand comes in front of your face and you press into the floor to roll your right hip up and on top of your left. The right foot steps behind your left knee, and just give your body a moment to settle into this space. If it's too intense, walk the fingertips closer to the body. You can make big circles with this right arm this time. Going slow so that you feel everything. This was one of my postures when I first found yin yoga. I had an amazing
amazing studio called Pure Hot Yoga in Calgary. And the teacher who brought me to it, Christina Reed, she's fantastic. And she's actually starting back her Monday night yoga classes in Pure Hot Yoga in Calgary this week maybe, I think. Anyway, whoever gets to go there are incredibly lucky. She's wonderful. Taking it in the opposite direction if you haven't already. And then let it drop at your low back, palm facing away from your body. And what we're looking for in our yin practice is to find some stillness, to completely surrender, not going all the way to your edge, but going far enough that you can feel something. Where you can stay in this stillness for a period of time without needing to move. And slowly begin to release all the way back onto your belly. One palm on top of the other. And soak it all up. And slowly make your way up onto all fours. I know we've gone kind of all around the body. We started at the neck, then we moved to the hips, and then we went back up to the shoulders. Now we're going to take it to the feet. And this posture is one of my favorites. It was excruciatingly painful for me when I first came to it, and I find that that's the case for a lot of people who first come to it. But I've also seen that the more I do it, the more open I get and the less it hurts. So toe squat. Come to all fours. Tuck all 10 toes under. Reach back, make sure the pinky toe doesn't miss out on the experience either. I haven't done this in a while. So right here, right now, this is pretty intense for me. I feel a lot going on in the separation between my toes and where they meet my feet. So this might be enough for you. And then if it is, I want you to stay right here. You don't have to do anything extra with your hands. You're controlling the sensation here. You want to find a place where you can melt so that you're not holding on to anything here. You're not holding yourself in the space. You want to just completely let go. If this is okay and you want to take it deeper, you can begin to walk your hands up your thighs so that your spine is straight up. This is really intense for me. And when it gets super intense, we want to run away from it too. So focus on your breath. Tell yourself, I am breathing in on each inhale. And I am breathing out on each exhale. We won't do anything more. I was going to add in arms, but for right now it's just a little gentle indicator into toe squat. Super intense. I'm going to come back with my hands on the floor because I'm going past my limits. And I really want to practice self-love for myself. You know, I really want to soften into what I'm feeling and my experience. I'm working on embracing the momentary discomfort, knowing that it's not going to last. We'll do another 30 seconds here, so try stay with it as still as possible. And slowly begin to release, bringing your hands forward as slow as you can. Release your toes, let them come pointed. You can gently tap them out on your mat, nothing too extreme. Sit your bum back onto your heels, this time with your toes pointed. Just rest here, allowing the front of the feet chance to open. If it's in your practice, you can take your hands behind and lift your knees. I'm not going to go there right now. My body isn't open or wanting to go there, so it's all about respecting your boundaries and where you're at. And also knowing that if you have a deeper practice and you want to go further, that's okay too. I'm just here as a guide, but your best teacher is your body. And slowly we're going to make our way onto our bum. You can use blocks and bolsters here for the rest of this practice. We're going to work into the inner thighs. You're going to extend the legs out nice and wide. So for this, oftentimes we fold into it with a round in our back, and I'll show you from the side. So oftentimes you can find that instead of the pelvis tilting forward, the pelvis is rounded backwards, and we're trying to stretch forward from here. That's not allowing us to go anywhere. If you sit your body up onto a block, let your sit bones come off the edge of the block. It can be a stack of books too. It can help you get that tilt in the pelvis so that you can take your pelvis, which is facing this way, lift it up to center, and maybe face it and tilt it more forward. The knees, don't knock out the knees, keep them soft. And again, if you need to, you can take a block or a rolled up blanket or a towel and place it under the knees to give them some support. You can take your bolster or some pillows and place them in front of you. So setting up the in practice can just take a little bit of time to figure out what it is you need. So take as much time, press pause, do whatever it is you need to do. And then you're going to begin to walk your hands forward. Now your legs are completely relaxed. Your feet are relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed. And then you're going to get to a stage where you feel an intense opening on the inner thighs right up in towards the groin. And I want you to pause there. Take an inhale, grow your spine longer, and as you exhale, see can you drop a little bit deeper. Pause, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Pause, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Pause, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. It doesn't matter how far you go. What matters is what you feel. You can take your elbows onto your bolster, let your head rest. Try and have a spot for your forehead to rest onto something. And then breathe into the sensations that you're feeling. As your body settles into the posture, it may open up and allow you to move a little bit deeper. Or it may tell you that you've gone too far and you need to back off a little bit. Coming down to our last 60 seconds in this shape. Forget about what it looks like in the magazines or what it looks like in my body, and try allow the vision of what it looks like to be exactly what it looks like in your body. And know that that's fine. It's good, it's perfect. Slowly make your way up, basking in all the sensations that you're feeling as you move. Gently move your props off to the sides. Remove your blocks. Lift your knees with your hands all the way into center. And then come and lay down on your back. And allow yourself a moment to absorb all the freshly oxygenated blood that you've brought into your body. All the fresh energy that's, you can feel it traveling around. And we're going to finish with a twist. So you can bring both knees into your chest, or you can keep your left leg long and just your right knee into your chest. Take your left hand onto your right knee and allow it fall all the way over to the left side. Again, you can place a block or a bolster underneath that knee for support to build the ground to come meet you where you're at in your practice. And then you're going to draw this right shoulder back towards the floor. Let the right hand fall off to the side and take your gaze over your right shoulder. If that doesn't feel comfortable in your neck, then just keep looking up towards the ceiling or over to the left.
And slowly bringing the knees back up into center. Swapping sides. You can extend the right leg out if you've done so with the left on the opposite sides. And then the right hand comes to the outside of the left knee to guide it over towards the earth. Again, use whatever blocks or bolsters you need to place it under the left knee, and then draw the left shoulder back onto the floor, gazing over that left shoulder if it's comfortable for you. Make sure you're completely relaxed. You're not pushing or forcing or holding anything right now. Slowly begin to bring your knees all the way back up into center. You can have a little hug here, draw your knees in tight, lift your head up into your body, wrap your arms around your legs, and give yourself a nice big kiss on the knees. Go, mwah, mwah. I love you. Thank you for showing up today. And then let your body extend, take up as much space as you need to as you move into your final posture, your shavasana. While you're resting in your shavasana, I'll read to you. We take this journey of 30 days of yoga with Melody Beattie's Journey to the Heart. November 1st. Open up to your connections. Many religions teach about interconnectedness, the subtle effect each person and each movement in the universe has on all others. I was profoundly reminded of this teaching in New Mexico, in the remnants of the culture, the Anasazi culture, can be found symbols for the connection people believed in, thought, and lived. One dwelling was a structure in which over 800 rooms were built in a connected circle. Each room touched the next, and the structure contained all the areas that people needed to work, to live, to play, and to worship. An exhibit in the visitor center describes the spiritual philosophy of the descendants of the Anasazi. The people live at the center of their universe. All things are interconnected and form a part of the whole, where the sky and the earth touch are the boundaries for all the things to live. All things share in the essence. Let the changes happen. Take extra loving care of yourself. Be attentive to what you need. The magic isn't gone. It hasn't disappeared. You're just going through a shift.
That means things are moving and movement is good. For now, it may feel like you can't find your place, but that's because your place is changing. Wherever you are, stay for as long as you can. I'm going to take my hands to my heart center and I bow to you for joining with me. If you continue on the 30 days, building the community through yoga, through mindfulness, through self-love. Thank you and namaste.